You just stick this in your nose.
Stick it in it. Sure, why not? Okay, Sue,
Yeah,
you're gonna play?
sure.
Okay. Get over here at this piano then.
I just need to get my smells. Yep.
Sue's gonna give us our opening song. And for you that are new, we're very informal here, if you haven't figured it out.
Hey there.
This is called Younger Days.
Go Sue! She needs her hat.
Sorry. Blinded by the light.
That's the first song.
You can see the Tweety hat though, can't you?
Yeah.
All right, good morning again. And welcome to the Black Hills Spiritual Center for Peace. We thank each of you for joining us this morning for our Sunday celebration. And we appreciate the new faces, the I hate to say old, but the ones who have been here for
Returning.
returning faces. There you go, thank you. Sometimes my tongue gets caught behind my eye teeth. Excuse me, people. Okay. If you haven't, please silence your cell phones during our services today. And Judy Joba has graciously agreed to set our intention.
This gal and I go back a long ways, and I know that song. I hope you play for us today. If you do for us some.
Oh, the Spirit of Force?
Yeah.
I will.
Okay, good. Thank you. Anyway, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Joy. Just plain simple joy. Joy has a very high vibration to it, and when I come here, I just feel the joy, and I really like getting my computer readjusted on my brain. I feel much more centered and grounded. So thank you, Heather. Okay, joy. Yay.
And then you said you're gonna do an angel blessing song?
Okay. Instead of counting our blessings today, because I don't know how to play that, we are going to be blessings. So I did this one way back when we were in the old building that sold. It's called the Angel Song. So if everybody that can, please stand. And turn to your partner. If you feel comfortable, you can hold hands. If you feel comfortable, look into their eyes. If not, look at their nose. They're not going to look different. Okay? So we're going to sing to them. In each other is angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes. Okay? Ready? Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes. Switch!
Switch what?
People.
Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes. Switch! Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes. Switch!
Run around this planet.
Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes. Switch!
I think she's gonna make us run out.
Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes. Switch!
I assume we're switching.
Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes.
Switch. She likes saying that.
Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes. Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes.
She's killing me.
Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes.
My goodness.
Yep, I told you.
Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes. eyes. Flesh.
Oh, Sue. She's wearing me out.
Angel, angel, you are an angel. I'm an angel in your eyes. Flesh. Angel, angel, you are an angel. I see an angel in your eyes. Yay! Okay.
Warm me out. Okay. Thank you. Hey. The Black Hills Spiritual Center for Peace is an inclusive, heart-centered community that embraces, inspires, and unites all ages, cultures, and spiritual beliefs. By fostering fellowship, growth, and a unified commitment to peace, love, and harmony in a safe and sacred space filled with kindness, authenticity, and transformation. So, Juliana has agreed to do our inspired reading today. So,
That would be me. Favorite things to do public speaking, but here we go.
you got it, girl.
Can you hear me well enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Lean into your microphone a little bit.
Okay. So I didn't know what to do and I was asked, so I'm just opening the book to, well, this says July 28th, but why not? Because we're here.
Yep.
I will gain more understanding when I realize loving in unloving ways is not love at all. When you can usually tell when somebody is afraid of love. They simply will not let you into their heart. A person who is afraid of love will behave in the most inappropriate ways in an effort to turn you off. A person who is afraid of love will find all sorts of things wrong with you. They are not and will not point things out to you. The people who are afraid of love cannot give it, nor can they receive it. It will have so many barriers and defenses that you will end up asking yourself, why am I trying to get through this stuff? A person who is afraid of love may believe that they will not measure up to what is expected of them. Often this is because they have not lived up to what they expect of themselves. A person who is afraid of love will pull you in and out like a yo-yo. We all know people like that. Today they want you, tomorrow they won't. The closer you get, the faster they run. The more you give, the more they want. You will never be able to prove yourself to a person who is afraid of love. They don't want you to believe in you. When you find yourself trying to do your darndest to love a person who demonstrates that they are not willing to be loved, stop yourself. Stop trying to force them to accept what they obviously do not or want or cannot handle. Stop making excuses for them. Stop accepting their excuses. It is very unloving to push someone beyond the point that they're willing to go. That's a hard one for me. I want the best for everyone, and we push, and sometimes we push too much. Until today, you may not have understood that trying to love someone who does not want you to be loved is an invitation. Oh, sorry, it is not an invitation. It is an invasion. Or that an invasion is not a loving act. Just for today, ask yourself if you are trying to force love on someone, if the love you are offering another is not being welcomed or invited, back up. We forget this. Today I'm devoted to recognizing the difference between loving someone and invading their heart space. Interesting. You know, I have no idea, I just read this, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So it is an interesting exercise that sometimes we love too much and we push. And then we end up getting the exact opposite of what we want. So just love with an open heart and allow. That's all we are here for, loving and allow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great week.
You have the song.
Is this one before the talk?
Mhm.
Okay. This is a channel for you guys, from you guys.
she sees it in her brain and there lets her fingers tell us. She does
And
that
collect your energy and that's it. From you, for you.
So
Yes,
she's amazing.
yes.
Okay, so Bob Fahey is going to do our talk today. He's amazing. So come on up.
No pressure there.
No, not at all. I would never do that, Bob. Come on. You must have me confused.
That's awesome.
It's, well, thank you very much for coming. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful weekend. It's that simple, I think. I kind of feel like I'm in a tunnel. I feel that way quite often, by the way. Well, Heather and Kaya's meditation today, is that too loud?
A little bit.
A bit? What?
Yes.
Heather and Kaya's meditation today was perfect in relation to the download and some of the things that I want to address today. Juliana's message about love, loving, receiving. I wrote a piece some time ago that in some of my thoughts that says, in order to live a life of love, we must give up the things in life that are not love. In order to live a life of peace, we must give up the things in life that are not peaceful. And in order to live a life of harmony, we must give up the things in life that are not harmonious with nature's way. And if you think about just that first statement, in order to live a life of love, we must give up the things in life that are not love or not living or loving. That is pretty simple. And it makes perfect sense to me. We've been indoctrinated otherwise. So the cleansing download that we received in meditation and in music today is part of that exact thing. We need to cleanse ourselves of the energies that don't allow us to do that simple thing. As Viktor Frankl wrote in The Man's Search for Meaning, and I think I talked about it last week, between stimulus and response, there's a gap. And within that gap lies our power to choose what our response is going to be. Beethoven said, the music is between the notes. So, in channeling our energy, and just as I channeled that particular piece that I wrote, Sue channels her music, the meditation, I know that I get involved with sound baths a lot, and Kaya and I'll tell you the same thing. When we sit down and we just start, generally speaking. And we cleanse and we take a few deep breaths. How many times have you been, well, let's just go back to childhood maybe, not that any of you want to do that, but how many times were you like called to the principal's office or something like that, called into the boss's office, and there might have been something, but you're not really sure, and so you stop before you go in, and what do? You clear yourself and you go in. One of my favorite examples of that is every single basketball player at almost every level, but certainly at the advanced levels and the professionals, when they shoot a free throw, what do before they shoot? They take a deep breath. The breath of life, you hear me talk about that, and the energy in the breath of life, you hear me talk about that in meditations and things like that. And the energy that we receive. Our brains, everything is frequency. Frequency never dies. Our brains don't actually store energy as they are learning in neuropsychology and things, but our brains are more like an antennae. And we receive messages. And we receive things that are from the past. We get what we focus on. Energy flows where attention goes. So in the indoctrination that we have, particularly in the Western Hemisphere, there are all these things that are attached to being able to live a life of love or a life of peace. And there are all these things that are attached to you must sacrifice in order to have this or that. I'm a recovering Catholic. I know some of those things. And I mean that kind of jokingly, and I mean that seriously. There were things that I learned and then things that I needed to unlearn because it was really confusing to me. How could someone so loving, and just talking about Christ, this is my experience, by the way, okay, not everyone's, but how could someone so loving, so giving, so all accepting, have everybody burn in hell for all eternity? I brought that up at a religion class. I'm surprised I'm not still sitting in the principal's office writing from the book. But, but we were indoctrinated into those types of things. So as I start to expand what I think is my knowledge at a very young age in relation to that, I've learned through the years that I still have these attachments to things. Something will happen and I'll think, oh, that can't be right. That can't be good. And then I have to say, well, you hear me talk about being curious instead of judgmental. So become curious about your thoughts. Why is that not good? Because what's good for some of us is maybe not good for someone else. We've all been in relationships like that, I think. At least I have. What I thought was going to be good for somebody, and I can't remember who said it, Mark Twain or one of the writers that said, if you want to learn about your prejudices and change your prejudices, travel. And I've spoken about it before here. I think one of my very best friends is from Switzerland. And years ago, when we first met, one of the things she said to me was, "You think so much like an American." I was like, "Well, I'm an American." But that I'm like, explain that to me. Because I think I'm all worldly and I've done this and I've studied that and blah, blah, blah. But not really considering what's being curious, well, a little bit, about what's beyond my boundaries. Because I didn't think I had any boundaries. But if you travel, you'll learn that you do. And it's exciting and it's scary and it's exhilarating all at the same time. So we have these attachments. And in order to live a simple statement like, in order to live a life of love, we must give up the things in life that are not love. Well, that's simple enough, is it not? I mean, we can all sit and if we take that gap between stimulus and response and think about, okay, what's a loving response to this? Now, it does not mean that you have to agree with what's going on, but we can give a loving response if we take a moment. We can give a loving enough response to say, explain to me how you come about that, or explain to me why you have that particular behavior. Explain to me why you believe a certain thing. And in our political world today, which has so much divisiveness and so much fear in it, how often do we just stand with, oh, I can't stand those people, these people, I can't stand this guy, that woman, blah, 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 or what they stand for in their political beliefs, instead of asking ourselves, I talk about this a lot lately because I think it bears repeating, especially now, is instead of saying, I wonder how they came to believe what they believe. That is so much opposite of what I believe. We don't have to receive it. We don't have to take it into our own belief system. But again, if we understand someone and we approach them with the idea of understanding then that person who has stood opposite us, like everyone else in the world, in my experience and in my opinion, wants to be heard and understood. That's a loving response. Would you just tell me how you came about that? And they may come off really hot, but observe that. Ask yourself, why are they so hot about it? Because they've had to defend their position, because I've had to defend my positions. And I'll get hot about it sometimes. So in order to live those simple principles, we need to observe our behavior. And rather than be concerned about whether someone else can live these principles, it's on us to be able to live that principle within our own heart and soul for ourselves. Because if I love myself into a higher place of being and a higher place of responding, I'm going to do the same for you. Just because I'm going to carry that energy. Anytime that I have felt deeply in love, this is a little bit of a borderline gray area here, because in love is kind of a romance type of thing. So the love I'm talking about for the love of people isn't romantic love, but anytime I have been in that particular space, there wasn't much that could bother me. I was just feeling too good. Why did that come apart? It came apart when it would come apart because I put that responsibility on my partner. I feel this way if she's doing these things. Instead of cultivating myself, or instead of getting curious about, I wonder why she's not doing those things anymore. Observing what my behavior might be in responsibility in making that come back into harmony. And every relationship in our lives, be it a romantic one, a working one, a friendship one, is going to run through those types of things. And the best relationships are going to find a way to the other side. And the bond becomes stronger because we know that our partner or the people we're with are just as dedicated as we are to making love the presence that we are, to making love our operating, our come from instead of our go-to. I want it to be that's where I'm coming from. And of course, that takes practice. I've been indoctrinated into a lot of things in my 72 years. Some of them I even, remember. But I mean, but things will jump up to bite me that I thought were gone. Like that. Down the road. So being able to live a life of love by giving up the things that are not love. Ask yourself, just in curiosity, what does that really mean to you? Leave romance out of it. Okay, because romance is romance. They call it love. But it can be a byproduct of love. Okay. But it really is a different thing if you think about it. Because romance is there today, tomorrow, this week, whatever, next week, the bastard squeezed the toothpaste away, I hated it again. For me, she left the toilet seat down. So, yeah. Any guys have that problem in a relationship? Okay, so as we're talking about that though, and making fun of it, we also want to make sure that we can make fun of ourselves. And make fun of ourselves when, I'm getting better at it because, sometimes I'll drive down the street and I'll see someone and I get a certain idea about someone I don't even know. Could be the way they dressed, could be somebody standing on the street corner holding a sign, whatever it is. And I catch myself, I'm like, Jesus, man. What? How do you know that? How do I know why that person might be out on the street or whatever they're doing? They could wind up being the best teacher I've ever had, and in many instances, they absolutely are. So I invite you then to eat an elephant one bite at a time when it comes to something like this. But ask yourself, is this a loving response? It doesn't have to be an I accept your behavior response, but it can be a loving response to the behavior of why is, what's happening here? I don't like this. Can we talk about it? And one of my favorite sayings that I've heard a couple times through the years is, we are going to love each other out of this situation. Because in most instances, when we get into a situation where things aren't together anymore, or they're falling out of harmony, it's because we've stopped doing those simple things of just responding with love. Even when we're upset with someone, I can make breakfast or dinner or whatever for my significant other. If I'm angry, I can still provide I can put the energy into the meal. Because I'm angry doesn't mean that I don't have love. That's the other thing. So being curious about how we respond and how can I do just that one thing? How can I be more loving in my responses? How can I be more peaceful in the way I respond? That's because we'll get triggered. And the thing is when we get triggered, don't get caught up in, oh my God, I went off the rails. Celebrate the fact that you realize and recognize that you went off the rails, that you're not, because that means you're not on automatic. That means you can then observe how you went off the rails. Instead of it just becoming a habitual thing in a relationship, be it work, a couple, whatever it is, that type of thing. Recognize where you fall short. When you fall short, celebrate that you recognize that I fell short on that, because that interrupts the pattern. It's a pattern interrupt. And celebrate that pattern interrupt. Be loving with yourself about it. Because in order to really live that life of love, giving up the things in life that are not loving, it starts with how we do it here. It doesn't start with how I treat you guys. I mean, it can be, but the energetic signature that isn't sincere if I'm not carrying, it's like Juliana's message today, the people that can't receive or give love. We don't have to push it on anybody. We just need to be what it is that we want to be. Everybody in this world that I have ever met wants that. So we be that. We make that. We make love, peace, and harmony our come from, not our go-to. We build it every single day in everything that we do with every breath that we take. Have a beautiful, peaceful weekend, peacemongers. Thank you very much for your time and your ear.
Thank you, Bob.
He wasn't picking his teeth this time.
Well, we can't leave Anna off, and she needs to do announcements.
I bet I can find her.
I bet you can.
Why don't you just do the announcements, Jim?
Well,
She didn't tell me if I could or not.
Here I come.
you're on, honey.
Got a handful of stuff too.
Sorry.
Always busy. Always busy, yes. Oh,
I don't think that's on.
it is on. It's just turned down for some reason, which is fine. Well, good morning, everybody. So, announcements. I was in the back looking for the raffle tickets. And so we have this beautiful quilt right here for our raffle. And we're working to generate money for our kids program. So tickets are $10 or 3 for $20. And I found them, so they are available today if you would like to make a purchase. And we will be doing our drawing for the quilt at our fundraiser event, which is on August 29th. It's called Roots and Rhythm. And so that is also to support our kids program and our music programs. And we would love it to, if you would come and enjoy that day. There'll be lots of things going on. We'll have indoor entertainment, outdoor music. We will have vendors, food, silent auction, dessert auction. So a lot of things in the works right now, and we need hands to help. So if you feel called to assist with that, that would be great. It's heavy, yeah, it's a glass jar. And then so coming up, let's see. Aside from that, we have on Tuesday evening, June 30th, we have the Women's Full Moon Circle here. Those are great. If you have never been to one, they're always a little different. We're celebrating the strawberry moon this time, so that'll be at 6:30 here. It's sponsored by Gather the Women, and they hold it here in the center. And then coming up on July 20th, we just scheduled a drum circle, so that's a Monday night at 6:30. Drum circle is always great. We do it once a month. And then on July 29th, I think was the date.
Yeah.
We have a sound sanctuary, and Kaya Shikana, along with some of her Heather and Wendy will be coming in and doing an hour and a half sound bath that evening. So you definitely, it's not on the calendar, it's out there, but I'm still making the graphics and doing all the stuff. But we move all the chairs, you bring your yoga mat, your pillow, your eye mask, whatever you need to be comfortable, or you can sit in a chair. It doesn't matter. But the sound baths are amazing. The 20-minute sample that you had today will be greatly expanded on July 29th. So you'll want to come in and experience that. Every Friday night, we have Freedom Path, which is our 12-step program with Chris. He's in the back. So we always appreciate Chris because he has kept that program going for years now. And we've seen people earn their coins, and so there's lots of great things that are happening in our Freedom Path group. If you know somebody that could benefit from that, it is open to everybody. So please reach out if you have questions. And then I think that's about it for right now. We will start probably picking it up as we start moving through summer and getting into the fall. We usually have something going pretty much every Wednesday. And so Kyle is in the back, and are you doing acupuncture
Sure,
today?
if anybody wants to.
Yeah, so he's an acupuncturist here in town. He does a Japanese style acupuncture, and it's just really good. And he does like short sessions here. So, you can make a $20 love donation, and he will
Whatever you can afford.
or whatever you can afford, yeah. It's all good.
Anybody wants to do the needles, I can do that for free, and I can do a free diagnosis or intake.
Yeah.
Just curious
Yeah,
about what's going
he's
on with the
good.
body.
He's been doing it for several months now. So if you have interest in that, see Kyle over here in by the fish tank. And
Baptism as well?
over here, over there, huh?
Is it a baptism as well?
No, there's no baptism today, sorry. I too am a recovering Catholic, so I have already been baptized, but, and let's see. It seems, we do have a lady, and I don't have her flyer here today, but she's gonna be doing a meditative crochet So anybody who's interested in meditative crochet, I can look it up. I don't have it in my head, but it is coming up. I think the first one is Tuesday evening, July 7th, I want to say, or 8th. And then 2 weeks after that, and there's 2 sessions in August as well. So that can be a very relaxing and meditative process. So lots of fun things happening. I think that'll end the announcements.
Thank you, Kelly. Kelly is a busy lady. She does a lot for this center, probably goes above and beyond for this center, so. And then she makes Jim do it too. That's what he says, that's not what I say, so. All right, so there are many ways you can support the Black Hills Spiritual Center for Peace. We appreciate your love, prayers, and financial support, as well as your presence at our Sunday celebrations. We thrive because of the generosity of those who give their time, talent, and treasures. So we have a love offering bowl, the blue one, on the table where you can leave your gift, and we also invite you in the gold bowl. We have intentions, and please take an intention, even if you don't put in, take, because sometimes those little intentions is amazing. They can speak to you that day, exactly what you need for that day. You know, like if you're feeling low and you pick it up and like, wow, it's amazing how it, you know, the creator or whoever you want to call him, God, creator, Buddha, whatever, works in mysterious ways. So because of you, we make a difference in the community through prayer, Sunday celebrations, community service, enrichment classes, and education. With gratitude, we thank you for your continued support. And so as you return to your seat, please enjoy the music during this time.
This is another one I wrote, but this is going to be Spirit Force.
For Judy. Special request.
Yes, it was. Sorry, Kelly. No problem.
Did you get Look at you, you're upright. Maybe 6. Good one? Me too.
No, but we can still sing it. Do we want to do that now? What? Okay, yeah, sure. I don't know how to play, but we can still sing. Okay.
All right, so little light, does she want to come forward?
Dina, come out, show us what you made. She's like,
Okay.
no, all right, nope, well, let's bless her.
Let's bless them.
Let's bless.
Little lights.
Little lights.
We love you and we bless you.
We love you and we bless you.
As you live, laugh, learn and grow
As you live, laugh, learn, and grow
in infinite possibilities.
in infinite possibilities. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Okay, so are you gonna share what you did?
Sure.
No? Okay, you don't have to, sweetheart. We're not gonna make you. We don't force anything, so. All right, so as we close, once again, we wanna thank you for being with us on this beautiful Sunday morning. It takes many hands behind the scenes to make this celebration happen. So if you feel called to step into sacred service, please contact a board member. Of course, is the president and the overachiever. I think you're the only one that's here today, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm.
Yeah. Everybody
But
else?
Judy, Jim,
Yeah, get a
Bob,
hold of any,
Bob, yeah, just
yeah,
any,
anybody.
pretty much
We'll-
anybody.
we'll
They'll
steer
point you in the
right.
right direction.
Okay, so I want to thank everybody who participated in bringing this celebration of life. We couldn't do it without you. And going back to, when Bob said he was a recovering Catholic, and then you said something about baptism, we don't remember our baptisms. Because, they do it when you're a baby, to wash away the original sin, whatever, dude. All right, I love you all. Have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday.
Because they gotta lock you in.
Huh?
They gotta lock you in.
Lock me in.
Yeah.
Lock-
Baptism.
Lock me up.